Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video we're going to talk about SP, which is in my restaurant called service partner or busser or food runner or drink runner or drink maker or expediter or pretty much the jack of all trades position and how I don't like it anymore.
Enjoy.
In a previous video, I did state that I actually liked being an SP for the most part because I didn't really like serving people. I didn't really like talking to people. I don't have a very personable face. I usually have a very mean looking face and I don't smile that much, and so it was off-putting. And my restaurant really strives on guest surveys to, like, I don't know, boost its sales or boost its reputation amongst the other franchisees or something like that, because my manager or my general manager has been really trying to push surveys. And I've said it in a previous video that serving shifts are really based on how many surveys you get and percentiles and stuff like that. No longer, I don't think they do that anymore because of the COVID-19 thing or whatever that kind of like downplayed that whole thing, but my general manager is still pushing surveys. And like I said in a previous video, I don't like pushing surveys. I don't like begging for surveys. I just want to get in and out and do my job. And then this SP position opened up a little bit before COVID really locked us down, and then I started working at it and I kind of liked it. However, in this video, after the lockdown has been slowly being pulled back and businesses are starting to be opened, and my restaurant now you can dine in, and I think it's at like 30% capacity or whatever, but we still have the outside, and now we have it upstairs open. I have come to the realization that I do not like being an SP anymore, and let me just tell you my reasons why. Okay, so if you're looking to be in the restaurant industry and you're not very great at serving, but you kind of want to get those tips, SP might be something you might want to look at, but it really depends on, in my opinion, your restaurant's layout. If your restaurant is just a flat one-story restaurant, big open spaces, it might be benefit for you. I think for me, I would like a smaller restaurant where I don't have to keep going, long distances back and forth. And here's the main reasons why I now don't like it anymore. Number one, lockdowns, restrictions are slowly pulling back, and we've been getting busy as F, like constant people coming in. Our restaurant is a very high, fast-paced turnover restaurant. Once a customer leaves, tables wiped, immediately sat, and it's just a constant stacking of the dominoes, keeps on stacking, just trying to get as many bodies in and out, as much money as possible, because our store hours have been limited, but now the hours are being slowly pushed, especially on weekends. We used to close at, I believe, 10 o'clock every day, and then on Friday, Saturdays, we close at 11. Because of COVID-19, we've been closing at 8 o'clock every day, but now, slowly, we're pushing back to 9 o'clock, Friday, Saturday. And so, it's been very busy, to be honest. Not only with to-goes, but with dine-ins. So I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly being pressured by my manager to run, bust tables, bump those tickets, restock, get more ice, roll silverware. We need more ketchup portion, ranch portion, just constant things that has to be done. And I'm only one guy. And there is, like, for me, or for when I'm working, there's like 4 to 5 hostess, 2 to 3 servers, and like 1 to 2 service partners. And so it's a constant hustle for me to do everything. I basically have to almost do everything. So like it's becoming taxing on my body and soul. I'm getting burnt out really fast. Before this whole reopening thing, my candle was just being a slow burn. It's still up here, good. My energy is it's hot because we had to serve outside, but it was manageable because we didn't have that many tables. But they just kept adding tables and more tables, and so my candle is just burning out at an exponential rate. I mean, even though California right now is going through a lot of wildfires, I don't know if that's a good metaphor, but for the most part, I'm getting really tired every day. And because I am basically one of 2 main service partners, me and another girl, we're basically, that's our focus, I don't have that many days off to relax and recharge. And I even asked my managers, I put in a request, can I please work less days? because I'm getting tired. I don't look forward to working. My service levels are dropping. I'm just basically doing my tasks, walking, here you go, and then going back to doing it all over again. It's just a constant repetitive process. And so I'm just feeling it. It's I'm feeling it. And you can say, "Oh, stop being weak, you know, suck it up." Yeah, sure. Okay? But I've been in the service industry coming up on let's see, I've been in it since '04 in a service industry, so it's been a long time. I'm coming up on 20 years of being in the food service industry, so it can get to you. Okay, not only that, SP shifts has one of the longest shifts. Like, I can be there for 8+ hours. Yeah, we get one break, a 45-minute break, whoop-de-doo. But I'm there the whole day. Servers get half shifts. They may not make as much money, I may make more, but I'm basically working 2 of their shifts. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't get anything to look forward to, like, say, if I worked in the morning, I get the rest of my night off, or I have the whole day off, and then I work night. I don't have that. My whole day is taken being at work. So that can get taxing, especially when you're working long hours. Yeah, well, it's a 9 to 5 job, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, those specific 9 to 5 jobs, you might be sitting at a desk typing, at least you're sitting, right? Bored out of your mind, whatever. But for me, I'm constantly moving. And it's just getting to a point where I don't want to do it anymore. I've lost the drive to work there. The only thing that's keeping me sane is just having the right kind of coworkers to work with. The ones that'll keep your mind in check. The ones that, oh, you might like just like looking at them a little bit. You know, I don't want it to be creepy or whatever, but don't lie. If you have attractive coworkers with you, it just makes things a little bit more lively, it makes things a little bit more flirty, it makes things a little bit more fun. If you don't have that, you really pretty much have nothing to look forward to go to work. Yeah, you got that check coming, but for me, I've said it in previous videos, all my debt is pretty much paid off. My car's done, my credit cards are done, and so right now I'm just getting excess, or I'm just getting positive on my bank account. I'm basically about, as of this moment, the same amount of money that I came in to San Diego with. I think I had like 13K in the bank to work with when I moved here, and now I'm back to that same levels. So I paid off my car and my credit within 2 years, and now I'm back to the same level that I had, but with extra asset in a car. So, and whatever shoes and whatever you see around me. So I'm pretty much in the positive right now. And so right now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've got all my debt cleared out. That was one of the main goals that I started with. Now I can relax. Because when I first started working at my current job, I was only working maybe 2 to 3 shifts a week. So that's pretty much why I pretty much kept with it. Like, it wasn't really taxing my energy levels. It was because I was working. I was hardly even working. And so now that I am being pretty much overworked because there's no real replacement for me because I'm just too good at what I do, or that's what they say, because I'm pretty efficient. My only real problem that my general manager keeps telling me is that I gotta pre-bus quicker. I'm like, that's not even part of my job. It even says, like, on the job description, my main focus is to stay at the line and make sure that drinks are made or food is run. It's the server's job to clear the tables, but now I gotta do that, which takes up my time. Every time I have to stop at a table and bus it or whatever, the drink machine tickets just keep flowing out like a tidal wave. I drop my drinks, there's no tickets, I go drop it off, I gotta pre-bus this table, or I gotta bus this table, and by the time I'm done dumping off the dishes or whatever, I come back to my station, tickets line up like that. And it comes in quick because, like I said, we're constantly turning over tables. So new tables are coming in, new orders are being filled, and so it's just becoming taxing on my brain because the management thinks that it's okay, like we can handle it, even though we are slowly starting to see that we're starting to back up on duties. Silverware. Before, silverware could be just stacked in these bins, and all you had to do was just grab a number, put it on a plate, and bring it to the table. Now, and then once COVID-19 hit, we now had to roll the silverware in napkins and then bring it to the table. Now they said it's supposed to be easier, but we have these little paper bags that looks like lunch bags. We gotta place a napkin, the utensils, open the bag, put it in the bag, and then drop it off. For me, personally, that actually, I think, takes a little bit more time, and we're wasting more paper. And for the most part, from what I've seen busing these tables, most people just take the napkin out and leave the utensils in the bag, and they don't need it. So we're just and those utensils run out quick. It's not upon request. It's about you keep putting it on the tables and then they're just constantly wasting it because I gotta throw it away. We can't reuse it because of COVID-19. So I'm thinking, why don't we just put the utensils in the bag and give them napkins separately? Because most people just get the napkins or use utensils upon request. That way we won't run out of these utensils. And that way I don't have to keep fucking having to make them. Me, because I'm quick at it, they always have me stop what I'm doing and roll utensils or make utensils or whatever. On top of that, now we gotta portion sauces, especially ketchup, because we used to have ketchup bottles that you can leave on the table, but because of COVID-19, we can't do that anymore. And so ketchup is constantly being used, and so we have to constantly refill it. So it's just a constant redoing of things that I have to do on top of making the drink orders and running them, or running food, or bussing tables, or restocking ice, or restocking glassware. I have to sort the silverware. And so I am really starting to feel the toll that it is taking on me mentally. Physically, it's fine. I can do that. I can handle it physically. But my mind is just slowly starting to be like, I don't want to be here anymore. This sucks. I don't want to work. I'm not having fun. I'm not enjoying my job. I'm trying to stay away from things like energy drinks because the back of the house, they pretty much have an IV in them for energy drinks. But I don't want to crash. I don't want to rely on that stuff because I have big crash issues. I have energy and then I can crash and I'm just gonna feel a lot worse than I did if I didn't take energy drinks. I've been slowly relying on water. And so yeah, so if you're trying to be into the restaurant industry currently, because of COVID-19, things are a bit differently. But for me personally, yeah, the money's good, but I'm working longer hours to get it. Versus servers, they only have like a 4 to 5 hour block where they can make their money, and it's easier for them. Like, yeah, sure, they have to handle a lot more tables, but all they really gotta do is walk up to them, especially now that we have these little handheld devices where you could just enter the stuff right there on the spot. You can go to practically 3 or 4 tables in one shot, get all their drinks, get all their orders, and just focus on the next table. And then after everything's been entered, all you gotta do is just check on them, see if everything's okay. If they need anything refilled, drinks, more stuff, condiments, they could just ring it up on the thing and then forget about it. Pretty much set it and forget it. Whereas me, I gotta handle whatever it is they order. So I'm pretty much the tank. I'm handling the brunt of the work. And so being a server to me is actually easier for them now. And I don't think they're stressing about it as much. Whereas before, when we had to do everything ourselves, that's when we stressed out. So I'm getting stressed out because I have so much to do. It's been really starting to pile up recently. Before it was fine because we didn't have that many tables, not many people were going out. But now people are starting to not give a crap and they're just coming in droves, and they're starting to become normal customers where they start to complain about things. Yesterday we had a guy complain, oh, and now even though it's COVID-19, the service was slow, blah 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 blah. Like, dude, what do you expect? You know, everybody's coming out, and I just don't think we're prepared to handle it, and management isn't really doing the proper steps to really keep things in check. Like, for the most part, utensils. In a previous restaurant, before you can leave, you have to make sure you've done a certain amount of utensils. I've said this before to a manager like months ago, and they haven't done that yet. Once a person reaches their out time, they're just like, leave. Like, don't take care of anything. Don't help with anything. Just go. And I'm just like, come on. You could be using this time while they're still here to get stuff done. Have them roll some silverware. Have them portion some ketchup. Have them do something. Restock. Something to help everybody else. Because if they don't do that, the person at the end has to do that, and they're not going to want to do that. They're going to just say, I'll just leave it for the next person the next day. And that next person's like, I'm not going to do this. And then it's just going to keep coming this vicious cycle where nobody's going to want to do something, and then I'm going to have to want to do it on top of everything else that I have to do that day. So this has been a long ass rant. I don't know if I'm going to post it, but just wanted to get it vented out there. It's starting to suck, and I'm really contemplating putting in my 2 weeks sometime soon-ish maybe, and I want to move somewhere else because reselling here, I'm not finding anything. I really want to go somewhere else, start new. I'm really looking to Arizona, Phoenix area because well, I'll talk about it in the next video. So if you want to get into the server industry, just know that when you're going into it, just ask like what are the positions available? Do you have like a runner, buster, server partner, whatever, and decide for yourself whether or not you want to be that kind of person or not. Anyways, that's all for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time.